The work was created in 1993 as a part of my master's thesis while I was doing my MFA in Electronic Arts at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, Troy, New York, USA. The idea was to create an installation space to meditate upon the underlying law or order that governs and unifies all physical phenomena. Personally, the work was inspired by the birth of my eldest daughter, Adila. Academically, it was based on my study of cosmology, of geometry, of infinity, and the aesthetic expression of Tawhid. Tawhid relates to the infinite oneness of God in Islamic belief. I was a young father then, about 26 years old, when I first placed my eldest daughter in my arms. I felt as if I received a gift from heaven. When I look at my daughter's eyes, then everything dissolved. For a very brief moment, I felt immersed in this infinite ocean of love. All things that I used to identify myself with was pushed into the background and totally dissolved. Intuitively, I felt as if my consciousness emerged from this intangible yet infinite ocean of love, of compassion, of peace. This infinite oneness is the source of all phenomena, giving birth to all manifested form of love. Academically, I was interested in how to articulate this infinite oneness through video installation. Tawhid is central in Islamic cosmology, which can also be compared to other cosmologies based on other religious and spiritual traditions around the world. As for Islamic cosmology, it is embedded in its visual tradition. Infinite oneness is expressed through several key principles. For example, the use of abstract and mathematical language of geometry, such as fractal abstraction, the use of modular and cyclical design, simultaneity and non-linearity, multiple centers, multiple viewpoints, symmetry, interconnectivity, audience-centered, engagement, and immersion. My focus then was the use of abstract and mathematical language of geometry, especially fractal abstraction. Time and space were compressed, repeated, and expanded into smaller or bigger fractions or units. Such geometry has also been referred to as the grammar of harmony. That can be found as the underlying law governing all natural phenomena, from quantum scale to cosmic scale. Now, the studio methodology. There are two main components. First is the text poem. Second is the video and sound. The text poem was constructed in a cyclical and modular manner, written on a round white cloth in a spiraling fashion. The original version formed the base of the installation. 12 smaller and compressed versions of the original were then made and placed at 12 separate points in equal distance around the outer rim of the original version, functioning as 12 secondary branches. These secondary branches were then compressed and copied into 12 smaller units and placed in a similar manner to form the third branches. The fractions were repeated until the original version appeared as merely dots. Theoretically, these fractal patterns can go on in both micro and macro scale to imply infinity. The video and sound component was constructed using similar fractal formulation. First, a single 60-minute video with sound based on a text poem was created. This original version was then compressed and divided into 12 smaller units, each with a duration of 5 minutes. This 5-minute version would appear in a smaller round shape, moving from the right to the left side of the monitors. Then, this 5-minute version was then compressed into 25-second version. This 25-second version would appear also in a round shape, smaller than the 5-minute version. So, the same video material would be seen and experienced in 3 different speeds concurrently. The movement of the spheres would appear like a planetary orbiting motion in an anti-clockwise manner. Theoretically, the pattern of time fractions used in this video can also go on and on in both micro and macro scale to suggest infinity. So this video installation is basically my articulation of the infinite oneness of love and compassion.